Hey everybody, it is Kit here. Happy Wednesday, hump day, and welcome back to the Brooks Legacy Generation 3. We are with Oscar, and it is time, you guys. It is the college years for the well, the youngest male Brooks. There we go. Um, of Generation 3, Oscar and Blaze have officially entered Foxbury, and today we're going to be following Oscar, and he's going to wrap us up for this week's Brooks, and next week Blaze will start us off. Also, as a friendly reminder, I am in Tennessee, and I am struggling with videos, so there may be weird upload schedule. Um, this next week, as in there may not be any uploads because I am moving. We are actively packing up my apartment, and then we're going to be over at the new property for God knows how many days. And then we will be heading back to Texas, but we're going to be meeting up with friends, and then we're going to Oklahoma to meet up with one of my dad's coworkers. And then we'll be back down in Texas, and God knows what's going to happen after that because there's some stuff with Grandma pretty much immediately after. So essentially, the next Brooks video will be Blaze. When that will be, I'm not sure. As for how I'm going to do the videos, if I can get one done, it's just going to be like the regular video for that day as per my schedule. So, yeah. Sorry about that. But real life comes first, and that's just how that cookie crumbles. So, anyways, so let us get into Oscar, and I hope you guys are having a good week. Let's get into it. The move to Foxbury went fairly smoothly, despite Oscar's stress over logistics and apprehension for the coming semester. University was going to be difficult, no doubt, but he was in an accelerated program, as well as his extracurriculars, and a quiet side gig. Oscar and Aisha were rooming with his cousin, Blaze, and Blaze's program mates from his space internship for the first semester. Oscar was quite looking forward to it. But looking at Oscar, you couldn't really tell that he was excited. Foxbury was a mixed bag. It was a bad vibe town, and it hit Oscar in a weird way. He had a bad feeling, and the bad feelings ate at him. They got under his skin and flipped him inside and out. But what were the bad feelings about? Was it his dad, his sister, his brother, his mom, someone else in the family? Oscar tried to ignore it and introduce himself to Blake, but she seemed aloof. Or was it just him? To make matters worse, Aisha took Oscar introducing himself to their new roommate personally as an affront. Oscar, were you flirting with her? Oscar was flabbergasted. What? No, I was just introducing myself. What has gotten into you, Oscar? That was a flirt. Aisha, no, it wasn't. I know what I saw. She stormed off, leaving Oscar bewildered, frustrated, and embarrassed. Because that had just happened in front of all these new people and his cousin. Things got noticeably better, though, when they were able to move into their dorm. Oscar was looking forward to this new experience. His cousin Panda also came to check on him. How are you doing, Oscar? Excited for the semester? I'm okay. Oscar decided not to share too much more. Yeah, this is going to be great. Are you thinking of doing soccer tryouts? I saw you looking at the bulletin poster. Yeah, we should try it together. Heck yeah. Oscar also utilized the yoga mat when the stress of the semester began to wear on him. His side gig was a lot, but he couldn't really talk about it much. Just know he was doing well with it, even if it was extremely stressful. His classes were also tough. Seriously, was he even going to be able to pass? Then there was his older brother, who he felt like he should be watching over more, but Oscar barely had time to manage himself, let alone soccer, and his now dwindling romance with Aisha, let alone his older brother. Kaysen would just have to manage himself this semester. He'd done it all this time, after all. Kaysen didn't need his little brother looking into his business. Speaking of soccer, guess who made tryouts? Oscar and Blaze! That's right, they made the team together. And turns out one of their other roommates was on the team as well, so there was always someone to strategize and juggle with. Honestly, it was pretty cool that he was playing for the Foxbury soccer team. Oscar had always been pretty athletic in high school, much like his dad, and he was excited to continue that family tradition in college. His uncle Irwin showed up one day for a bit of family time at the Foxbury Commons. It was nice to see him, even if it was a bit weird. There wasn't such a thing as a parents' day, but Panda was excited nonetheless to see his dad. And Irwin was, well, trying to be a cool parent, Oscar supposed. So let's switch up teams, kids! Why not Blake and Panda versus me and you, Oscar, huh? It'll be fun! Sure, Uncle. Yeah. Oscar, his uncle, his cousin, and cousin's girlfriend playing beer pong together. That was certainly not on Oscar's bingo card for this fall, but it was certainly interesting, especially when the alcohol made his uncle's voices get worse. Not that this wasn't weird at all, 'cause it was, but it was fun, playing with family and all. Not sure Oscar wanted his parents doing this, but still. Core memories! And it was nice to see his uncle smiling like this, Oscar had to admit. Uncle Irwin was now tipsy, but excited to see the new Foxbury Sim Shuffle game rig, so Oscar logged on and showed him. That's so cool. Look at what the new tech can do. This is so cool. I've never even thought about this stuff. But hey, we won the game! Yay! Not too bad for an oldie, huh, Oscar? Beer pong is fun. And see? University is fun for all ages. You and Blaze take care of yourselves now. Love you both. I'm proud of you. Honestly, seeing his uncle and hearing those words of encouragement was what Oscar needed, because university was hard. Aisha wasn't speaking to him, and that hurt. Oscar's side gig had taken a turn for the worse, and Oscar was so close to failing his classes. The professors were terrible. How was he supposed to teach himself advanced biochemistry without help? Maybe he should call Zayala. She's always had a weird knack for this stuff, but he didn't want to bother her. What was he supposed to do? But Oscar persevered. He kept going, day after day, class after class, hour after hour. Slowly, the mood on campus shifted, like a fog lifting from the sky. Then, suddenly, he was able to breathe again. Oscar was even able to see his brother Kaysen a bit. To his surprise, Kaysen had actually sought him out. And Kaysen seemed okay. Not great, but okay. Kaysen was cleaned up, he looked good, acted fine. His brother was just aloof. But you know, Oscar would take it. Oscar and Aisha shared a few classes together and tentatively had to collaborate on some projects, including reports on their shared internship. It was awkward, but Oscar seemed to be doing better with this close proximity partnership than Aisha was. She still thought he was flirting with other women for some reason. Karma seemed to bite Aisha in the butt when this vending machine nearly fell on top of her. The toppling near miss with a heavy machine of death seemed to make her question her life decisions. Blaze was Oscar's term paper buddy. Oscar's poor cousin had 3 term papers to deal with. What a mess. As for Oscar, well, he was struggling this final season. See, remember when he got his father's athletic side? Well, what he did not inherit was his father's artistic, creative vision. Oscar had no idea how to organize this presentation to be artistic or pretty or aesthetically pleasing in any which way you looked at it. It didn't help that Oscar had injured his wrist during a soccer match, so it was hard to work his left arm. Putting tape on this thing was hard to do with 1.5 hands. Bailey was not part of the soccer team, but she was enjoying this final season. She didn't have to do anything but take exams. Lucky Sim. Kason popped in for a brief moment, checking in on his family, but he disappeared before either Panda or Oscar could notice him. At the height of finals, Aisha and Oscar finally had a big breakthrough moment in the bathroom. She approached Oscar and apologized for her ludicrous comments. Aisha was a jealous Sim, and she overreacted. Oscar apologized for how it looked and reaffirmed his intentions to be loyal. He would never cheat on her, no matter what. So, for now, the two were together, but who knew how long that would last? Once finals were over, as dreadful as they were, Oscar got a call from Kason. Hey Kay, what's up? Immediately, Oscar knew something was wrong. Oscar! We made it through finals! Woo! You made it! Yay! Kason didn't sound quite right. He was very excited, really. Too excited. Yeah, I did. We all did. Hmm. How was it, little brother? Was it everything your big brain wanted? You've always been the smart one. I bet you passed. Both you and Panda. I'm proud of you too. I gotta go. It's pantry time. Yip, yip, yip. The line went dead before Oscar could say goodbye. Panda came in shortly after, flopping down on the nearby bed with a salad as final grades came in. Oscar stared at his computer, dubious at the passing grades on his computer screen, barely feeling happy after the worrying phone call with his older brother. Well, those finals sucked. I didn't pass. Womp womp. But you did, though. Congrats. Panda didn't sound too beat up, happy for his cousin's success. Panda was eternally optimistic. He'd just do better next semester. Was that Kason? Yep. A moment of silence. Then, did he sound okay? Nope. He sounded loony. Oh, that's interesting. Do you think he's, um, on something? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Crap. Me too. The question was, what was going to be done, if anything at all? And that is gonna be it for today and for this week. Oh. Mm-mm-mm. The mod apocalypse stressed me out. Cause see, I played Kaysen's first, so I thought it was a fluke. And, Kaysen's doing what Kaysen's doing. So I was not like as studious with Kaysen's bunch as I was Oscar and Blaze's bunch because they're much more studious, they're advanced, they're doing more things, they're more academically oriented. So studying all of the projects, all of the everything, and I had a lot. I mean, I had a full household of 8 Sims. So, yeah, I might have missed out on like one or two classes, but I was not expecting across the board failure. And I was really not happy. I was really pissed off, actually. And then I figured it out. I guess I updated mods. I don't know what I did. It was like there was an update, and then um there was an update to the game. No, what? I don't remember actually. I really don't. 'Cause this was actually in 2022. Okay, and I think there was an update to the game, but I don't think I had updated my game. But that doesn't mean that the game couldn't have done it sneakily, and then the mods just didn't work, and then I went and I fixed it. Looking back on it now, that probably was it. But oh my god, it was awful. Awful. I was so upset. But it's okay because you know what? We take things in stride and we make stories out of it. Um, and honestly, I had a lot of fun playing them. I haven't played a sim in the dorms in a long time. So that was a really fun experience. And I tried to also take them to the commons a lot more. And that also made it fun. And Blaze wanted to see his dad, so he just like I invited Erwin. And it was just really funny to watch all of them playing beer pong. I feel like Erwin would be much more into that than Hope, though. I don't think she'd quite play beer pong with her kids. And Andy certainly wouldn't. Lisa might be able to be cool with it, but like, oh, yeah, I'm with Oscar. I just don't see it happening. Anyways, that is going to be it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you all so very much for watching. And don't forget, where the waters flow, legacies grow. Bye!